Mercedes Benz knows what kind of SUV you really want: a big, hairy G-Class, but that style icon is priced for the gods and out of reach for the majority of us. Enter the 2023 GLB Class. This spunky little crossover has a boxy look, a big 3-pointed star on the grille, and a starting price about $100,000 less than Mega G. Based on the same platform and 4-cylinder engine that underpin the sleek GLA Class SUV, the GLB's squarer proportions endow it with more practicality, additional cargo space, and a more upright seating position. It can even be had with an optional third row of seats, although the rearmost perch only has room enough for kiddies. A host of technology features is available, including Mercedes's MBUX infotainment interface and several desirable pieces of driver assistance tech. There is just one trim level available for the GLB Class, but the 4MATIC model adds all-wheel drive for $2,000. From there we'd add heated seats in the premium package, which includes blind spot monitoring, an auto-dimming rear-view mirror, power-folding side-view mirrors, keyless entry with push-button start, and dual 10.3-inch digital displays for the infotainment and gauge cluster. There is an AMG line body kit available, but we'd skip it since it only gives you the looks of a Mercedes AMG without the performance of one. The GLB splits the difference between the smaller and more affordable GLA and the slightly bigger and more expensive GLC. It's an appealing option as long as you know what you're getting. Buying one with a ton of options significantly inflates the price, and at that point you should consider the more refined GLC. Compared with other extra small luxury SUVs, you pay a little more for the GLB, but you also get more in terms of space, performance, and comfort. In our testing, the GLB 250 reached 60 miles per hour in 6.5 seconds, which is properly quick and at the top of the class. When you stomp the pedal, there's a noticeable delay before it starts accelerating, but with a lighter pedal application, it gets underway smoothly. The GLB isn't particularly exciting to drive, but it is more capable than most SUV owners will need. The GLB's brakes are easy to control for smooth stops and impressively strong when you need to make an emergency stop. Around turns, the GLB feels sure-footed and planted. The optional multi-contour seats with ventilation and heating are comfortable for hours at a time. The massage function doesn't actually massage. Rather, it subtly changes the seatback and cushion angles to shift your contact points, which in theory should help alleviate soreness on long trips. The rear seats are lower and shorter, which means taller passengers will find thigh support lacking, but not by much. The suspension tuning is on the soft side in comfort mode, easily soaking up road imperfections. It can feel a little floaty on certain broad undulations, but it's far from unsettling. Sport mode dials out that softness without introducing any harshness. The cabin is pleasantly quiet on the highway, even on coarser surfaces. The GLB's ride height and tall door openings make it easy to get in and out of. There's no need to step up or stoop down, just slip on in. Once inside, you'll find that all of the controls are logically placed, and, after a very short time, you can operate them without having to take your eyes off the road. The GLB's boxy shape affords generous space compared to most of its competitors. Its tall windows provide excellent outward visibility. One minor downside: the sun visors are too small and don't provide full coverage when moved to the side of the vehicle. The GLB gets high marks for its tech features. It comes with Mercedes MBUX infotainment system and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration. MBUX is the easiest and best system out there with many ways to control functions. It sometimes takes a moment to process voice commands, but they work accurately. The GLB's driver assist features are particularly good. The adaptive cruise works great whether you're driving in dense highway traffic or cruising on the open highway. The lane-keeping assistance can be a little too aggressive in trying to keep you in the lane, but that situation is pretty rare. The GLB's boxy shape comes in handy when taking on cargo. It'll accommodate big and bulky objects, and the low liftover height of the cargo floor and the standard power liftgate make loading easier. There are also plenty of places to keep your personal items with large door pockets and a sizable center bin. Spring-loaded cup-holder tabs keep narrow beverages secure too. For family duty, the GLB should work out okay. A rear-facing infant safety seat can fit, but only if you keep the rear seats slid all the way back and the front seats in a reasonable position. we did notice that some car seat bases we tested were a bit hard to latch onto the GLB's car seat anchor points.